Hello, all. I thought that I would do a little spooky night. Um, Halloween's like my favorite holiday. But fall is my favorite season. But we're gonna do a little creepy story tonight, and it starts out. It's based off. It came from Reddit, and it's based off like the Slender Man. Little background, if you don't know, the Slender Man was created by some college students for an art project. And I mean, obviously there's no Slender Man, but we're going to talk about the Black-Eyed Children. Hope all is well. Hope tomorrow that somebody goes to jail and not me. I got friggin' court jury duty. I tried to get out of it, but I never get out of the crap. So this is your warning, trigger warning. Could be traumatizing. If you are traumatized or offended by anything, this probably is not the channel for you because it only gets worse. Doing the trigger warning? Yeah, I put my work cash out, Venmo, all that good stuff up here. So me and my husband are veterans, and I like taking that unknown step. You never know what's going to happen until you take that unknown step. Um, so we're going to, when our lease is up, we're getting an RV. We're going tomorrow to do the paperwork and see what's going on and all that stuff. And I want to start traveling all the 50 states. We've been to most of them, but not, like to stay and see what's going on unless we live there. But I'm wanting to go and do things like this Quentin, Simon, where the mother, all that, I would like to be there with these women and support them, support and try to get justice for Quentin. And also go and abandoned places, haunted places, things like that, and see if you can catch anything. Real quick story. I have never went. Well, that's a lot. Usually, I've never seen a show where they ever caught any kind of ghost. And you would think if you would think they would catch a ghost with all the damn shows, all the equipment, all this crap. And I'm sorry, a little meter that goes does not impress me. Um, but I used to live in this trailer growing up. Yes, trailer trash. But when we got the house, I was young and I can remember, and Crystal, you can verify this. Um, when we went in to look at it, the man had the windows boarded up from the inside, like he was trying to keep something in. And so we moved it and put it on the property. And when we scraped the ground and stuff, we found like 2 cups of arrowheads. That's really, you're going to find those anywhere. But anyway, this trailer had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms. And the bathroom was right across from another room right here. This is where my mom slept. I don't know why. You can't see me. It's keeping me out. But this is the bathroom, and this would be the other bedroom. You go straight across the hall. And of course, all trailers got that long ass hall. Well, one night I'm sitting there, and granted, it was out of my peripheral view, but out of my peripheral view, I see like the back end of a foot with a long nightgown on it. Now I can tell you it had a little blue design on it, like a little, looked like a little flower, but it's not really. And it's like the old timey gowns that the women would wear. And I just seen the back of the heel. And now this is me seeing it this way. And when people say that they see ghosts, that they glow, this was so white it glowed. That's the only way I can describe it. I don't want to say it was so white it glowed, but it's not like it had beams of light coming off of it. It was just so white that it just stood out. Like I've never seen that color before, a shade of color. Even though I got white legs, they're bad. Anyway, and then the little room, as you started down the hall, um, even at 31 years old, I would like run past this room. It was it was so crazy. It wasn't like something was going to grab you out of this room. It's like something was up against the wall with its foot going to push off to grab you. And then when my mom passed away, my nickname's Tinker, was Tinkerbell. I finally got it to Tinker. That's what's on my arm. That's what my mom always called me. Anyway, um, when she passed away, I was I asleep. I don't know. I think I was awake. Um, but I heard her say Jennifer, Lena's day. And that was kind of odd. There was a lot of odd things happening there. People didn't want to stay there, like my friends. There was Ouija boards that we did in there. No, this is after all the crazy shit. It's not like the Ouija board brought it in; it was already there. But I'm telling you, in the day, everything, that place was creepy. But that's my story. Okay, now to the black eyed children. Trigger warning. Oh, but the Cash App, all that stuff. If you would like to donate to support the channel, I'm gonna start going out and doing things, going to places, getting good content and posting it, not just these little story times, not just the graveyards, not just the little bullshit stuff. I'm going, and I don't think we'll catch a ghost. I believe in ghosts. I don't think we'll catch one, but we'll damn sure hunt one. So if you're interested in that, or I want to go back to abandoned places. Like there's these mansions and all this stuff that's abandoned, and houses from like 1910 that's still just pristine, where everything looks like they just left, and all this shit. And there's just so much to do in life. Get out there and do it. And plus, I'm getting my PhD, so I got to do homework too. But anyway, the black dun dun dun. This look was creepy as hell. What are black-eyed children? It's an urban legend. They're usually 6 to 16, and the age kind of varies. Sometimes they say 8 to 12. They're usually really pale skin, black eyes. Um, they're reported they've been seen hitchhiking, encountered at doorsteps of residential homes. That's the one that I know most of the stories. They're also sometimes called beak, black-eyed children, um, which stands for why are they so different from us? Mainly because they got black eyes. I don't know. The white part of the human eye is called. Did I say I was getting a PhD? It's not in medical technically, but let me see. I'll get the gist of it here and explain it. Anyway, the black-eyed children and their little heathens. It's kind of like children of the corn shit. God, I did not realize I put so much crap in here. Black-eyed children. Okay, the first story we're going to talk about is from Brian. I don't think I have Brian's last name. But usually children are, rambunctious, jumping around. Black-eyed children are usually quiet, still. They want to come into your house. They want to come into your car. They always need help. They always say you have to invite me in. And so never invite them in. There's actually some footage and I could not find it. I got a picture of it, but it could be fake. I don't know. Sorry about the lip rings. I went to put my lip rings back in and it's the little studs and I dropped the ball and I couldn't find it. So I had to put these stupid round ones in. But I will show. This right here is the picture. This man said that he kept hearing his dogs bark, lights coming on, motion sensors, all this crap. So he put up a camera and for like a week, 2 weeks, he filmed stuff. And like the first couple of days, he couldn't see nothing. And then it's like he could start seeing an outline of somebody, then closer. And this was kind of like the final picture. You see somebody standing there, regardless, got to get the gun. I mean, I don't care who it is. And it's also stated, and I got a lot of my information from Stephanie Harlow. I love her. She's great at storytelling. But they walk as if the air doesn't move around them. And you think they're regular children, but then when you get a closer look at them, then you see they're not. The first documented case was in Abilene, Texas, 1930, and Brian Beckel wrote for the Abilene, Texas newspaper. And he was sitting there, he was getting ready to pay a bill. He was in the parking lot of the Camelot Communications movie theater, the spiel, the little mall strip stuff. And it was around 9:30 or 10. And he was using the lock from the movie theater to write a check. And then all of a sudden he hears real loud. And he's like, what is that? And so he goes back to writing his check. And then he hears, see, the damn tap gets louder, okay? And so he looks up and it's two little boys, round, he estimated 9 to 12 years old. One had olive skin with black hair, the other was pale with red hair. It was a ginger. And only one of them would speak. That's usually the thing until they get pissed off. It's usually one will be the one that talks. So he rolled on the window and, to see what's going on. It's late at night and these two little boys are out there. And the little boy said that he wanted to see the movie, or they wanted to see the movie Mortal Kombat, but they had forgot the money at the house and wanted to know if he would give them a ride home to get the money and then bring them back so they could watch the movie. And so, Brian sat there for a little bit. He kind of didn't respond right away. And the little boy got insistent and said, kind of in a mechanical voice, come on, mister, let us in. We cannot get in unless you let us. I already told you that what we wanted. We are just little boys. Come on, let us in. Brian felt silly, but he was scared of the little boys. The movies, because he looked up at the little, oh my God, poster for Mortal Kombat, and the movie had already started, so that by the time that would take them home and come back, the movie would be over with. And the little boy said, it will not take long. Come on, we don't have a gun or anything. First of all, I'll tell you right now, Don't be telling me you ain't got guns if I don't ask you about it, because that's gonna start some shit right there. And so Brian's sitting there, and he's kind of putting his hand over to lock the door. And when he looked down to lock the door, he looked back up the little boys, and they had raised their head, and their eyes were completely black. It was described as like the color of like alien eyes, or your Bergen Basement Vampire TV show. So he panics, slams the car in reverse, and then starts to drive away. And the little kids were beating on the car as he started to back up. But he looked in the rearview mirror expecting to see them chasing him, right on him. And when he did, he didn't see them anywhere. They just vanished. And that's also another case. Another thing too is that they tend to vanish whenever someone goes to say no, or something like that. We got another one. And these are some videos. I mean, we could watch some. I'll probably some copyright shit. Oh yeah, copyright. I don't own no music, no nothing except my voice on this. Oh, look at this shit. This is what I imagine the kid at the car was doing. I mean, it would be so creepy. What if I'm going to show you another PowerPoint topic I'll share on my lives. And then here's another YouTube video. Look at that pumpkin. Pumpkin's badass. But I don't want to spoil it. I'll get to it in a minute. This is creepy as shit. You should see me one of these days. I will. My hair's up in a little bunny thing there, but I put my hair. Okay, I don't know if I can sleep it. But I thought I'd do a couple cute pictures. Ew, no. Oh, there's Ron right in the chat. Okay, second story is Paul. Paul is a prison guard. Paul was on his way home from working 12-hour shift. Paul was tired. He didn't want no bullshit that night. So when he got to the house from his shift, and he was from the Midwest, the house was empty because his wife and child was out of town. So he's like, oh, I got the house to myself. I'm gonna make me a sandwich. I'm gonna watch some sports. I'm gonna bed. And then he hears a little light knock on the door. So light he didn't even know what it was. And he goes back to making his sandwich because it was, you'll see, it was big. And then the knock got louder. So he's like, oh, it's me, it's getting kind of late. He goes to the door. There's two boys, 12 to 14 years old, is what they look like. And they had on dark clothes. It's usually reported they have like these hoodies on. And he started to open the door, but he hesitated. But he went ahead and opened the door, and the boys' heads were down. And he said, "What can I do for you? What can I do for you?" And one of them said that they wanted to stop in for a little bit. Child, I don't know you, and you want to stop by my house for a little bit? Did we meet somewhere? And this was very odd because Paul didn't know who these kids were. He knows his kids' friends, and this was not any of them. Sometimes they look Amish too. There's this Amish element. I don't know. Maybe they get a horse and buggy, and that's how they've been. I don't know. But the kid said, "Oh well, it's getting late. Can we come in for a little bit?" Oh, he told him you must have your own house. I left that part. I left it out. And the way that this was described was it's like dealing with customer service, where you're telling them, I need to speak to an operator, and they say, "Oh, you want more information?" And you're like, "No, an operator. Oh, you want to upgrade your plan." And so it was like they were reading a script or something. Paul was getting kind of scared, and the glow from the porch light, he seen the boy's eyes, and they were black. Yes, black-eyed children. And it would be good if you would let us in now. You don't have to think about it. Just open the door and invite us in. Okay, this is some crazy shit. Everything these kids are saying to people, like you don't have to think of who's. And then of course Paul's fight or flight kicked in, and he said, "Get off my porch." That's me with the grass. I'm like, "Get the fuck off my grass." He slammed the door, locked it, and he sat down against the barricaded the door. He sat down against the door, and he's sitting there like, "Oh my god, what do I do? What do I do?" And they start knocking again. And so he started to back away from the door. I got pictures. This is not really Paul, by the way. Oh, he's Paul. Look at that sandwich. My fat ass is looking at some sandwiches. You see, he wanted a sandwich, he wanted sports and bed. And this is the little freaks that interrupted that shit. But he had locked the door. This is him barricading the door. I barricading. And they knocked again. And then he had like this right here, the glass on the side. So he had started backing up from the door. And so it got quiet, and he looks out the little window, to see what's going on. He can't see nothing. And then all of a sudden, like in the bottom picture here, starts banging on the window, and he sees this little black-eyed kid. And so in this quick of a time, he ran to the bedroom, got his gun, opened the door, went onto the porch, and no one was there. They disappeared. He searched down that road. He searched the yard, the backyard, the side yards. He searched everything. The kids were gone. Oh, I'm gonna read this one too. We got 3. Let me see. Yeah. See, he's searching one. Look at this little creepy shit. There's him getting the not real gun. Thank you. Okay, we're not done yet. Okay, there was one family that let these kids in. And so Sharon and her 8-year-old son, they were coming home from something, a play, a movie, a game, checkers, poker, I don't know. They were coming home. So they needed some milk and cereal for breakfast the next morning. So they stopped at the little convenience store. Please God, tell me everybody knows what a convenience store is, because this person described one. But they stopped. So she ran in to get the milk and cereal. And she had worked a long shift. She didn't feel like messing around. And she left her son in the back seat. And then when she was gone like 3 or 4 minutes, and then she was back. I mean, it was quick because store was getting ready to close. Everybody was done. They were ready to go home themselves. So it was just in and out. And when she come back, she opened the door and she noticed that there was an extra little boy in her car. Where did you come from? And he was in the back seat. And this kid was sitting so close to her son, like that, sitting close. And so she grabbed her son and went into the store and talked to the clerk, told him, and the clerk went out and looked, to see like what the hell was going on with this kid. And there wasn't nobody there. So she called her husband, Tom, to come meet her at the store. And he drove her car and she drove his, because that's how scared she was. I don't know why, but that's how the story goes. So Tom got in Sharon's car and gagged from the smell. It smelled like wet, nasty diapers. Just the nastiest smell you could ever imagine. And so Sharon, the mom, asked her son about the boy. Said, "Did you know the boy?" And he said, "No." He said, "What did the boy want?" And said, "Just to go to my house and play." And said, Did the boy just get in the car, or did you give him permission? Did he get in the car with permission or without permission?" And she said, "Oh no, mommy, I asked him to get in. He said he couldn't get in unless I asked him to." So the phone rang. It was a hospital. Tom had wrecked. He had no memory of the wreck. Wrapped her SUV around the phone pole. Better have full coverage. And it took a few days, and then he got to come home. And then the son got sick. So they took him to a doctor. He had the flu. So he didn't really seem to be getting better. So they took him again, and nothing was wrong. And he started showing signs of measles and had been vaccinated, and this is before the measles thing came back. And so the son had been sitting next to the boy 3 or 4 inches, and Tom was the one that drove the car. Sharon never got sick. And after a few months, the little boy got better. Um, but they have weird speech patterns. Like I said, they can look Amish. They make adults feel terrified. Oh my God, just imagine. And I know that everybody's had this that's had kids, especially mothers. Me and my husband are foster parents, and one time the little girl, she come in here, and this is after they were with us almost 2 years. And I woke up, and all of a sudden she's just standing there looking at me, and I'm like, holy shit, it could have been a demon. But I want to show you something, and this is not Black-Eyed Children. This is actually a sad story. Now we're going to see. Amara Sanchez, she was 13 years old. And there was like a volcano. Now this is very, very graphic, very graphic. She ended up dying after the eruption of the Nevado del Ruiz, an active volcano around 80 miles west of Colombian capital of Bogota. Her heartbreaking final hours of life were recorded by French photojournalist Frank Fourier. And this was one of his photos showed in the header image of this article was published worldwide following the eruption. Like he won an award for this. But I'll go on down here and show you because it's like really odd how she got. Okay, maybe I won't show you, but it's really odd how she got stuck in there. And I'm telling you, this is so sad. And this is her. She had been in the water forever. That's why her little hands are white. And do you see her eyes? That's from the cold and the water and everything they said that has made her eyes so bloodshot that they're black. And that's the volcano. That was what happened shortly after the volcano. This is the destruction. And they try to give her water, try to give her, let her drink some, everything. I mean, I get it. They're trying to give her water, but the irony of where she is. It's kind of like she kept sinking down in it, I think. But I'm assuming they're giving her medicine, probably pain medicine. This right here is what I was talking about. Somehow she got hooked in here and something was holding her down. Later, it was, I think, her grandma actually. It was her grandma's body that was holding her down. But this is a picture where you can see she's going into the water. Here's another one. This is just so sad. But this is, I've known this story. Look at her little hand. But I've known this story for a while. So that's, I wanted to show you that because that is, I guess, black-eyed child, but it's because the blood shot, the blood was so bad and everything. That was horrible. I'm telling you, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just stuck with the scary stuff. But that was it for tonight. I gotta go take a bath. It is 3:47, the spooky hour. But I have got Jeffrey Dahmer. I've got updates on that Debbie lady. Went and I'm gonna tell you right now, I watched the thing on that Stockton serial killer, and don't hold it against me. I have a feeling he's not the killer. Although he did stay real quiet in court. I mean, people do, but it was this odd quiet. So I was like, okay, well, the lady at Survive said he was quiet. He didn't have a conversation, ask her how her mom was doing, and family, nothing like that. But I don't think he's the guy. And the day he got arrested, there was another killing, but they say it's not related. And if I'm not mistaken, there's been another one, but not related. So I don't know. But I want to kind of weigh in and give I kind of want to weigh in and give my opinions on more in depth of why I think that the police department has not arrested that Lelena, whatever the hell her name is, Billy Joe's daughter. It seems very odd. I've looked up some statues down there. I even got out my DSM-5 and tried to start diagnosing her ass. But damn, I don't know. Something's not right. And then, I found out some things. I'm telling y'all way too much right now. But this Michael guy that's giving these interviews for them, and then there's a Corey. If you go on, I've got the name of it. If you go on to his Facebook, his name is Michael Corey. It actually says like Corey Simon or Corey Alaka. I hope that's not really his middle name, but Simon. But and if you look up in the little URL, it says Michael. So it's the same person. I got so much news, so much new stuff. But I will get back to you with my little theories later on tonight, tomorrow, or something. Thank y'all for coming by and putting up with my crazy ass. I'm always crazy. And usually medicated, but always crazy. But thank you again. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things YouTube people do. And also, if you're interested in supporting like the trips and stuff to go and these abandoned places, the spooky houses, just all kinds of shit, just whatever you want to do. I don't care. But also, I am trying to get, I'll have to get her, like Venmo or PayPal, whatever she uses. But we're doing a shirt for Quentin. Let me see all my little cases I have open. I think that's another one. Just so you know, there's a link where you can go buy like serial killer shit. Throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. This is the pictures. $250. It's like, I'm not doing that. I'll copy and paste and try to blow it up. This would be the front of it. And it's going to be a teal blue with kind of a Cloroxy looking design on it. It's really pretty. And then now I don't know if we can do this or not. And obviously his little name will be on there where you can read it. But this would be the front. And if we can't put what I want to on the back, then we'll just put hashtag justice for Quentin on there. But I wanted to put this. I don't give a fuck. That bitch is guilty. I think there's more guilty people that should be locked up for some shit in that household. Telling you right now, I think a lot's going on. I've dealt with druggy people, dealt with them. I don't think I've ever dealt with one that would kill their kid, but I don't know. What kind of bikers? I've hung around many bikers. What kind of bikers would even be around some bitch that would kill her kid? I mean, come on. It's nonsense. I'm going to go. But did you see my background? It's creepy. But I will see you later. Thank you for joining me. Listen to all my rambling bullshit. And I will catch you next time. Bye.